Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's Steve coming at you. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to get this out before it got too late. It's been cracking me up. Now, for those of you who know, because I know nobody watches this channel, and at least no, most of the people I who probably watch my video don't watch this channel. MSNBC has a morning show called Morning Joe with Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, who is his wife. And they have been the most vitriolic, Trump hating folks, almost as bad as a view, legit, almost as bad as a view. They might be neck and neck about how Trump's a fascist, and Joe compared him to Nazis. They compared MSG rally to a Nazi rally. All this crazy bullshit. It's been crazy, right? And what's funny is they initially had him on a lot in 2015. And I've been listening to people say, oh, because they were cool in 2015. And I think maybe early on they were, because Joe was hoping he'd get the VP slot when Trump first ran. But I really don't think they expected Trump to win, right? I just think they were promoting him a lot to help Hillary because it would improve her. Because I remember back in 2015 and 2016, people thought, man, if Hillary runs against or Trump runs against Hillary, man, Hillary's going to sail the victory. That was the big thing, right? Well, when he won, they just turned vitriolic and pathetic and evil. It's just ridiculous. So now that he's won in such overwhelming fashion, in such resounding fashion, Mika and Joe, after saying he was literally like the week before he won, or the week of, a few days before he won, Mika was saying, he's going to kill women. He's killing us. She went on The View talking about how Trump is killing us, and that's why we have to keep him out of the White House. Within days of that happening, they go to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump. They have a personal sit down, not an interview where they wanted to interview him about his win and all this kind of stuff. No, it was a personal sit down. It was to go kiss the ring. They are the most pathetic grifters on television. I don't know for y'all, for those of y'all who watch Morning Joe, not hate watch it, but watch it simply because you like it. Do you just like being lied to on TV? I'm just curious. Do you realize it's just theater? Is that what it is? Or do you really truly believe that they mean what they say? Like what Joe Scarborough said, that this Joe Biden is the best Joe Biden he's ever seen. He is cogent. He's in fact more than cogent. And if you don't believe him, F you. Are you guys really falling for this stuff? I'm just curious. I just want to know. Tell me in the comments. If you know people like that, for those of you who are kind of more in line, we're MAGA folks. If you know people who are like that, please tell me. I'd love to hear about that in the comments. But with that, guys, I want to just play for you a snippet of what they said after the Mar-a-Lago visit. Now, if anybody will watch this show after this, y'all just like to be punished, apparently. Y'all just like to be punished. But I thought it was hilarious. I was like, these people are a trip. So I'll just share this with you. This is hilarious. Check this out.
Okay, so here's where we are. Over the past week, Joe and I have heard from so many people, from political leaders to regular citizens, deeply dismayed by several of President-elect Trump's cabinet selections, and they are scared. Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications. My father often spoke with world leaders with whom he and the United States profoundly disagreed. That's a task shared by reporters and commentators alike. We had not spoken to President Trump since March of 2020, other than a personal call Joe made to Trump on the morning after the attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania. In this meeting, President Trump was cheerful, he was upbeat, he seemed interested in finding common ground with Democrats on some of the most divisive issues. And for those asking why we would go speak to the president-elect during such fraught times, especially between us, I guess I would ask back, why wouldn't we? 5 years of political warfare has deeply divided Washington and the country. We have been as clear as we know how in expressing our deep concerns about President Trump's actions and words in the coarsening of public debate. But for nearly 80 million Americans, election denialism, public trials, and January 6th were not as important as the issues that moved them to send Donald Trump back to the White House with their vote.
Yep.
Joe and I realize it's time to do something different. And that starts with not only talking about Donald Trump, but also talking with him.
Somebody close to Donald Trump told me this past weekend, this is a president who's not seeking re-election. So maybe, just maybe, now could be the time for both parties to get to work. I know, given the jarring headlines that we read every day, that may seem like a stretch, but think about this. Of the 150 million votes cast, Donald Trump got 50%. Kamala Harris got about 49%.
48.
So I don't know. Seems to make sense for leaders of both parties to seek common ground, if it's possible at all.
I'm done with these people. Oh my God, they're the biggest grifters. They are the biggest grifters on the planet. They went to kiss the ring, bro, because they're scared. They said it themselves in the very beginning. We know a lot of, first of all, just assume almost everything they're saying is a lie. Just especially Joe. Mika might be a true believer. Mika might just be nuts. But Joe is a flat out grifter, liar, always been for sale. This is who he was when he was a congressman from Florida. This is who he's always been. He is a hoe. He's a TV HO. But I promise you, they went out there because they're scared. They're scared. They said in the beginning, you heard Mika say it, oh, we know people who are scared. Yeah, you should be. You've been lying of Trump for the President Trump for the past 5 years. You are not a news network. You are a propaganda arm of the nutty DNC, of the Democrat Party. You are a propaganda wing of the party. You should not have a news license. You shouldn't be, the FCC should come investigate you guys. You don't do any news. It's all beat up Trump 24/7 all the time. So you should be scared. You should be scared you're going to have a job after this. I personally love it. It's just the biggest, phoniest claptrap, and they are getting drugged online. They are getting drugged. My boy Scott Jennings at CNN, the one conservative they have on that whole network. Scott Jennings was like, oh man, Hitler's getting a lot of invitations to meet these days. He said that on X. That was hilarious. I'm telling you, they're scared, and they should be. All y'all should be. But I want to hear your thoughts, guys. Tell me, leave some in the comments. Please like the video, comment on the video, share the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I look forward to seeing y'all again soon. Y'all take care.